What is good, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for pressing play. To all my subscribers, if you are new here also, thank you so much. Consider subscribing. I'm on a road. My second milestone for YouTube is to get 100 subscribers. I'm on a road to that, so don't watch and please, I'm not gonna force it, but please consider subscribing. I'm good for it. Trust me, I am good for it. I know it's been a while. A couple of you have asked, when are you uploading? Well, I am here now. Your girl has been slacking.
I know. What? I know.
And more like playing actually, because I recorded content, like vlog worthy type of content. I just never got around to the editing and uploading. Life happens sometimes, but we're here now, back with a bang. So I've decided to upload for the month of November, drop a video every week. I might do two in some 1 or 2 weeks, and just to catch up, yeah, to be where if I kept my routine where I am supposed to be at right now. But today, as you saw from the title of the video, my first Q&A tag, I asked for questions on my WhatsApp status, Facebook, yeah, and Instagram. I received a couple of questions, so because it's coming from 3 different platforms, I noted them all down on my notes and they come randomly, so I will respond as honestly as I can. Let's go. 3 favorite apps are Pinterest, YouTube, and Twitter, in that order. And Twitter is my favorite social media app. The other 2 I also enjoy more. I enjoy them more than I do like Twitter, but that space can be negative sometimes with that black Twitter vibes, but still I won't delete it. It's one of the good ones. Will you be uploading your partner? Which partner is this, fam? If I had a partner, here on YouTube you probably just hear his voice. Other social media platforms, I doubt. Maybe the day we get the pictures and the video from the photographer after our wedding day, that's when I will upload. But for now, under general circumstances, no. I highly doubt it. That I try to keep my relationships as private as possible. You know, make up and break up in peace, man. Not to involve all the other people I have in my life that are not part of his life. You know, there needs to be that separation sometimes from what people need to know and what they. You can see us on the street, it's not a problem, but for me to put it out there, no. I don't think I'd be doing that. Maybe after our wedding day. Have you introduced any guy to your parents? Only 2. I haven't been with a lot of guys. Only 2, and I think it was even more circumstances around the not even relationship, but them. We stay in the burbs. I was in Lahore. My first boyfriend was from Kuma. For me to leave the house and travel there, you need to say where you're going. Him coming over, we don't do that thing of standing on the street corner, so he needed to be known. They knew of him, but I never did any, hi, this is my whoever and he's my boyfriend, you know, type of situation. But the second one, he introduced himself, if I remember correctly, because he was older than me and he had kids. And by old I mean 30, 31. I was 20 going 21. So he saw it fit to come tell my parents, you know, how he's, you know, those dynamics. They saw me as a kid and he had to come and explain his situation, and he made those arrangements because it's the time we were using landline phones, so he must have called and say, I'd like to come and see you. But it was more with my mom and not my dad. Was always working, hardly home, so he never got that one-on-one introduction type of thing. What's your favorite part about being in a relationship? That there's somebody who's more an extension of me, that there's somebody I can rely on. First line of communication, should anything good, bad, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm crying, you wanna share, first thing in the morning, then 9 out of 10, if you guys are good, that's the first person that you will speak to. So that reliance, that I know I'm not doing this life thing alone now, there's somebody else who's holding my hand, and at any given time you could be looking that person in the eyes, and you can be looking at the rest of your life, somebody who's chosen to spend the rest of your life with. It's a good and scary feeling at the same time. But life is good if it's good, although not everybody has that luck, but life is good. What would you do for a man? What do you mean? What would I do for a man? Recently, I've been thinking a lot about if I get a new gent that I vibe with, I would enroll for culinary school to make sure I can cook. I can cook decent meals. But now to take it to that other next level, I would definitely enroll for culinary school for his benefit, to make sure that he's eating right, all around. What is your definition of cheating? Any act that you do without my knowledge, and should it become known to me, that conversation will just be a negative and one filled with animosity. To me, that is cheating. And especially if you do something with that intention that the next person should not know about it, that will be cheating to me. It can be different things, and only in the context of a relationship, whichever way it goes. Anything that you're going to do behind my back, but should I find out about it, then it's problems. That's cheating to me. Are you a good judge of character? I think so. I haven't really had a lot of, how could you do that to me? I thought you were different type of vibe or conversation with people in my life. And again, my circle is very small, so there's not much drama going down. Maybe I've had it with one guy, and even with him, it's still that I don't know you like that, so I don't believe that it was him who was doing those acts. But all around, yeah, I think I give people benefit of the doubt. They need to let me down, and so far, only one person has let me down. Do you have any scars? Yes, I have. I was dropped as a baby. Somewhere here on my forehead there's a scar, even on my back. You know those coal stoves? I'm told I was burned. I don't know what was going down. Twice as a baby. Maybe that's why, being dropped as a baby, why I'm so crazy. I don't know. And some on my legs. What keeps you going? What gives you the drive and determination to succeed? The thought of any of my dreams or aspirations or goals manifesting and coming true, keeps me wanting to continue, because of that feeling I have now of, should I achieve this, what I'm thinking is gonna be like, I wouldn't want to stop, so I can actually experience that actual feeling of it happening. Be it getting my cabin home, be it getting that dream car, be it whatever it is that I want to do. Once you actually hold those keys in your hand to your dream home, it's like an amazing feeling that how I'm thinking of it now, I wouldn't want to stop so I can actually get there and experience the actual, standing on my porch. I'll put out a picture of my dream cabin, my house that I want in the woods, standing on that porch and just looking out into the mountains and the rivers and the trees and that peace that I think I'm feeling now. I wouldn't want to stop so I can actually get there and get the actual feeling of how it feels to actually get there. There's you meet up with tribulations on your journey. It should not be enough to make you stop wanting to do what it is that you set out from the beginning to do, and nobody said it will be easy. So we just keep on moving, filter the noise and keep moving. Left or right-handed? I'm right-handed, you're left, and it's difficult to use this other hand to write. Are you a clean or a messy person? I'm very clean. I'm very, very clean, and I that's what will make me fight with people who come into my space or wherever and be untidy. I can't stand, it's one of my deal breakers. If I meet you as a guy or whatever, and I find out that you're an untidy person, I don't think I'll teach you how to be tidy. I'll just be like, nah, this is not for me. I don't do untidy. I like clean spaces. If you use things, put them away. And most of my house things are like light, and I like bright white because white forces you to be clean. And okay, like you say, it gets a bit dirty, but dishes, some days that I would go to bed without having done the dishes or leave them for the day and then wash them later, because sometimes you eat and then you want to let the food digest and you end up being tired and like I born. So but 98% I'm a very, very tidy person. Something you wish you could spend more time on. Currently there's 3 subject matters I'm really interested in, and I wish I would quit playing and dedicate more time than I already am to learning. The year is almost over, so there needs to be, that tick sheet needs to have more ticks than even with COVID drama that you couldn't do this, lockdown. And I'm sitting with it. The time you go back to the office, I'm gonna regret so much of, you had the time to do this but you didn't use it wisely. The work is more flexible now that you're operating from home. If I was in the office, it's hard to incorporate your things from home into the workspace. So I just wish I could spend more time on those 3 things. My dream job, anything that's gonna allow me to be in control of my day and my time. I wanna be a digital nomad. Basically, actually, I wanna travel the world, capture every trip, and be paid for it. Doesn't matter where I am in the world, I should be able to produce the content, not even content, produce work, get paid for it, and live my best life while being in control of my day and my time. Do what I want, when I want, how I want. That will be my dream job. Most grateful for life, good health. Those are my 2 biggest things, that still being here, life, that oxygen flowing in your lungs and your body it's quite a big deal. And not having set foot in a hospital since the day I was born. I'm not a sick type even to the doctor's office. I can't tell you this year when I consulted with the doctor. So I'm always grateful for life and good health, and I hope to keep it up for as long as I can. Something you love about yourself. I know when to speak and I know when to keep quiet. People get into a lot of trouble because of the things they say and the fact that they don't know when to shut up. Know when to speak, know when to keep quiet. You don't always need to be part of the conversation. Sometimes you just be on the sidelines, watch, and keep quiet. It will save you from getting into a lot of trouble. Something you love. Oh, what triggers you to cry? I cry very easily. My tears are just here. Any small sad thing, good thing. I can be reading something on the social networks. I can be watching a video. Small things, man. My emotions are just there to be triggered by anything and everything. And sometimes you cry because of one thing and then you remember your own issues and it just spirals out of control. That let me soma cry for everything else. And I always have thoughts that I wish crying can be made socially acceptable. Sometimes you don't need to get home to cry. I should be able to cry anyway. When something affects me, maybe I'm on the street, I should be able to cry at that moment without being looked funny at. But people are not that comforting. Others would look at you funny, and sometimes when you cry, you don't need any of that. If you could live in a book, TV show, or movie, what would it be? Not a movie, kind of in the series Lost. There's a series called Lost. It's from, I think, 2004. I got onto it around 2008, where a plane crashed and then these people landed on an island where they needed to survive with what they had. It was quite interesting, and you were strangers in a plane. Now you need to be together because they realized there's other life within that island, that they were not alone. So it's survivor type of vibes. I wish it was a real thing, that sometimes when you wanna get away from your life, just go there for a while. No technology, no neighbors, no noise from anybody else. When you wanna switch off, that's why I would love to live in such a setup. If you had to choose to live without one of your senses, which one would you give up? I wanna taste, definitely, because I love food. I wanna hear, because I need to hear my baby's first cry. I wanna see. I definitely wanna see. There's so much of the world that I still want to see. I wanna touch, holding hands, hugs. That's my one of my love languages. So definitely that I can do without smell. I can do without smell. If you could have dinner with any one person, living or dead, who would they be and why? My mother. I've mentioned this before. She passed on when I was still at a younger age, and so much of what has happened from her passing, that in between to now, a lot of things happened that I feel I need her. Even though you have other older female people around you, there's some things that just need your mother. There's so much I need to say to her. There's so much I would want to hear from her instead of the next person. So if that opportunity came, definitely it will be my mother. If you could speak any other language, which one would it be? I want to learn French and Chivenda. Those are my two languages now, but I feel I cannot learn French before I learn Chivenda. It's a foreign language. French, because they say when you travel in the two languages of the world, it's French and English. you can go anywhere in the world. If they don't speak English, they'll understand French. So it's either one of the two. And then Tshivenda, because the people from Venda know our languages. They interact with us in Setswana, Sesotho. They learn other people's languages, so I feel, I must do right also. I can understand most of our languages, but Tshivenda is the only one. So if you're out there, you know the language and are willing to reach out and teach me or direct me to where I can go and learn. It's one of the things that I need to really need to spend more time on. Would you rather live in the city or the woods, and why? Whoever asks this doesn't know me. I want a cabin home, so the woods are for me. Even tomorrow, they told me, pack up, we found a place for you. Definitely I'm out there. Nature, clean air, trees, mountains and rivers. That is so me. I'm not one for noise, I'm not one for chaos and busy life. I prefer serenity and just quiet spaces. What impressions do you think you give when you first meet someone? Reserved, quiet, and shy. Some might say boring. If you don't mention any of those, you definitely met a wrong person. What do you not find funny that other people do? In this country these days, people turn everything into a joke, especially people's misfortunes. I don't find any of that funny. They start challenges based on something bad that happened to someone, and then they turn it around to be a joke, and people will be laughing and things, and it irritates me because sometimes you need to be serious. Not everything needs to be a joke and made funny, whatever it is that we're going through as a country. And it just grinds my tits. I dislike it a lot. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? I'd be invincible. I would want to be invincible just so I can see the kind of things that people get up to and nobody's looking. Even for me, when I'm alone, sometimes I dance, sometimes I sing, but when I'm working out there, you wouldn't think I do any of those things. So people get into weird things when they're alone. I'd still respect people's privacy, but here and there I would want to feature just them at the wall and just watch, like, okay, so this is what you do and nobody's looking. Have you ever made a decision that changed your entire life? If so, what was it? Sure, I think about this a lot. Greeted somebody back, exchanged numbers. A 10-minute conversation that changed my life up to this point. My thoughts, sometimes it's like, why didn't you walk away? Had I walked away, you wouldn't be in the situation that you are in right now. But I think, that 10-minute interaction rolled out the ball to a different life. Majority of it was good, but the bad does not outweigh the good, but it really changed my life. Very last question. What product do you think the world could do without? Drugs. I think drugs and guns, those are my two biggest issues. We don't need any of that. To some people it's business, but it's doing more harm than it's doing good. So drugs is a no-go. And thank you to everyone who submitted questions, who responded. I think this will be the first of many more to come. Q&A tags. We'll do more as you progress in life or things change. Even from this, some people might feel there's something that they want to ask that they didn't get a chance to ask me now. You look out from my social media platforms, but I'm currently on a break for the rest of the year. I just logged out of every app so I can focus, spend more time on things that are gonna grow me. This year needs to end way better than how it started. That's just my word. But thank you so much for watching up to so far. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's gonna help me, it's gonna help my channel. And yeah, keep well. We still in this pandemic. European countries are on their second lockdown. I don't know how it's gonna pan out for us in our country, so let's just continue to keep safe, do our best to adhere to all the regulations and whatever needs to be done. Monate, how people were going to December, and that's not running away. Learn to have a good time in your own space with your own people in controlled environment. So yeah, until the next one, I've changed the date to uploading every Friday. If I'm occupied on a Friday, then I will definitely have a video out by Sunday, because maybe I'm shooting something on Friday, edit on the Saturday, and then take it out on Sunday. Yeah, but I'll communicate all of that in my WhatsApp status. I think there's something that is active right now. But thank you so much. Let me taking it too long to pen out. But see ya, keep well, and all love.